Fireworks have a long and fascinating history dating back to 250 BCE China. Before we had fireworks as we know them today, the Chinese would create firecrackers by filling bamboo shoots with an explosive substance. It is alleged that at some point during 600 to 900 CE, a Chinese alchemist combined sulfur, potassium nitrate, and charcoal together in his quest for eternal life. We know that there is no secret elixir for eternal life, but the combination of such substances does create gunpowder. In 1040, Chinese alchemist Song Kunliang produced the first gunpowder formula for use in weapons, and by 1200, China built the first rocket, cannons, and aerial fireworks display. During the 14th century, fireworks spread to the Middle East and Europe, where advancements were made in both Italy and Germany. Pyrotechnicians in Italy furthered aerial displays by adding colors like gold and silver and new effects, while the Germans advanced the science behind them. By the mid-1600s, fireworks grew in popularity in Europe, especially in Great Britain. During this time, author John Bate published The Mysteries of Nature and Art, contained in 4 several treatises. And the second treatise was titled Fireworks, which visually depicted and described how to make several types of popular fireworks. Additionally, Queen Elizabeth I loved fireworks and established a new position within the government titled Fire Master of England. Fireworks were brought to the colonies by Great Britain and were even used to celebrate the first anniversary of Independence Day in 1777. Today, China is the largest producer of fireworks, while the United States is the largest consumer, purchasing around $2.3 billion worth in 2022. Fireworks are composed of 8 main parts. First, the mortar is the tall cylinder which holds the shell until launch. The shell is a paper sphere packed in 2 halves filled with stars that are designed to produce a specific visual effect. The very bottom of the shell houses the lift charge that will launch the shell out of the mortar. The fuse is the portion you light, and it carries heat down the cylinder to activate the black powder. Black powder, or gunpowder, is a fuel mixture composed of 75% potassium nitrate, 15% charcoal, and 10% sulfur. The time fuse activates the burst charge, which is within the center of the shell, and ignites the stars. How do they work, though? Through rapid combustion reactions. Rapid combustion is an exothermic redox chemical reaction which happens between a fuel and an oxidant. The result is the quick release of heat and light. Combustion requires oxygen, but there is not enough in our atmosphere, so fireworks contain oxidizers including nitrate, chlorate, and perchlorate. The first combustion reaction is between the fuse and black powder lift charge and creates a large amount of gas, quickly propelling the firework into the sky. Second, the burst charge within the shell is ignited, and finally the stars are ignited, producing light and color. The chlorates and perchlorates in fireworks give up 3 and 4 of their oxygen atoms respectively at high temperatures, which light the stars and produce vivid colors. Interestingly, pyrotechnicians can manipulate the speed of aerial displays by using larger particles or loosely mixing compounds so they react slower. When the metal salts within the stars absorb the heat emitted from the chlorates, their electrons enter an excited state. Once the electrons return to their ground state, they release the absorbed energy as light in the form of photons. The metal salts are the key to colorful fireworks displays like we have likely all seen. Strontium salts produce red, calcium produces orange, sodium gives off yellow, barium creates green, copper produces blue, and purple is created by mixing copper and strontium together. Fireworks are similar to sparklers in the sense that they are both made up of an oxidizer, fuel source, and a binding substance. They are different in that sparklers fall under a weaker category of explosives, making them far more accessible to the general public, and they cause less problems with the ATF, or the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. There are 3 main types of fireworks: sparklers, firecrackers, and aerial displays. Firecrackers are simply gunpowder wrapped with paper and have a fuse attached. These are the ones that make a loud boom. Sparklers are a dried slurry of gunpowder and metal attached to a wire. These are the kind you hold as they sparkle and burn. Aerial displays are propelled high into the sky and create dazzling visual effects. Fireworks displays are a part of national traditions across the globe, particularly in the US and China. Studies have been conducted in China and the Maltese Islands to investigate the health hazards associated with fireworks. The smoke and fumes released by fireworks contain toxic chemicals and particulate matter, putting individuals at an increased risk of developing respiratory issues, including asthma and bronchitis. Additionally, individuals with pre-existing respiratory issues are more vulnerable to these effects. Fireworks release pollutants like perchlorates, contributing to air and water pollution. The chemicals used in fireworks, such as heavy metals, contaminate soil and water bodies, posing risks to ecosystems and wildlife all around. Finally, fireworks can cause burns and cuts if mishandled. Burns are the most common injuries associated with fireworks from unexpected explosions, and injuries can range from eye injuries, hearing damage, and respiratory problems. So, take your safety seriously this 4th of July.